Alright, welcome to the video. I am GetGoodGuy. This is Battlefield 5. I know, right? I'm on Battlefield 5. What's going on? And there's a fall update for BF5. Yep, an actual patch, an actual update for Battlefield 5. You're not hearing things. And I could have gone and done a whole script for it and got background footage and everything, but I just, on this occasion, didn't want to. And honestly, it doesn't really feel like it's particularly worth it, having looked at the patch notes, which are linked in the description, by the way. So what I'm going to do instead is talk about it in real time like this, just my honest thoughts and opinions whilst casually playing, not playing too hard, just running around with something to watch for you guys. And I hope you enjoy. I'm not here just to complain. I'm going to lay it out, the good and the bad, but unfortunately, as is the way with BF5, most of the time, it's a familiar disappointment in a lot of ways. This video is brought to you by the Board of Awesome from the epic people that support the channel on Patreon, plus a massive shout out to YouTube Lotto, who donated $350 on stream the other day. Things like that are mega helpful right now with Battlefield as it is, and the current goal for the channel is to hit 60,000 subscribers, currently sitting at 57k. So if you're new here, enjoy this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It would be massively appreciated. Thank you so much. Hi friends. So no crazy editing today, just gonna talk it out with a bit of background. That guy's dead. So the fall update brings with it patches to community games, a couple of new elites, and some quality of life improvements and stuff like that. So the good stuff, basically, I can cover first, because you probably want to hear that more than the bad stuff. There's someone running right near me. I can hear him. Is he not going to kill me? Nearly. It's going to make it hard to concentrate what's going on around me talking about this, but whatever. So in community games, you're now going to be able to control things like the bullet damage, which weapons can and can't be used, the respawn timers, yeah, you can name your servers specific things, etc., etc. So kind of what you would expect from custom server stuff. So that's going to keep some people a little happier. That might bring a few people back to the game-ish, possibly. A few. Not too many, I imagine, but a few. 1 second while I kill these men. Nice. I do have some notes written on my phone somewhere, which I've now placed somewhere else. 1 second, let me find that. So yeah, it's somewhat relevant to talk about this now because Battlefield 5 is now available on EA Access, or EA Play, I believe it's called. I think it's on that. You guys can let me know. Obviously, I bought the game outright. And also, it's available on Steam now. So there are different ways to play the game. There might be some interest. Don't kill me, bro. Stuff going on out here? Hi. How you doing? Oh. Epic shooting to begin with. So yeah, you can create some cool scenarios now on the custom games or private games or whatever you want to call them on BF5, which is better than not being able to. Where's the men's and the things? Not there. You could go 200% damage and bolt action rifles for some hardcore sniping lobbies, etc., etc. There's men over here. But, and this is where the familiar disappointment stuff comes in, and it's why I am honestly disappointed, although I don't know why I expected any better, to be honest. There's no mention of team balancer. There's still not going to be a team balancer in the game with this update. So you're still going to get lobbies that just get completely rolled by one side for ages until the lobby dies, which is frustrating. If you don't know what that's all about, basically, if I set the scene, say there's a big clan playing, right, for example, and they're dominating a lobby, the game never seems to rebalance, not even randomly rebalance, so people quit out of the team that's losing. The good team basically remains, like, keeps most of the people playing because they're winning, obviously, and they just continue to stomp. That team generally gets stronger and stronger, and the enemy team gets increasingly weaker, or has less people on it. You've probably experienced this, a lot of you. So yeah, I'm frustrated about that, because it's been 2 years now, and the game doesn't have an effective team balancer, which I don't think is acceptable. That's kind of ridiculous, and it'd be one of the few things that would really, really genuinely improve this game. Thought he wasn't going to die. By the way, this is the caravan, talked about lots of times, but if you've not used it, it's excellent. I can run around just semi-concentrating, and it still makes picking up kills very, very easy. I'm getting messages, I haven't turned those off. Whoops. Anyway, regardless, back to the disappointments, which is all I've tended to talk about on BF5 since it released, because there've been far too many, unfortunately. The community games do not have a lot of the features that I think it probably should have, so I don't think there's a static ban list as far as I'm aware. They've not implemented a proper team switch still, whether it be for private games or otherwise. Can I pick this man off? Please? Thank you. So still, if people want to switch teams, you can kind of do it. I think you can go to the scoreboard and select their profile. It's on console and then join game. This is on Xbox, so I'm doing that. And then I think it can switch you, but there's still no basic team switch option in the game. Like there was in, say, you know, BF1, the one prior to this, where you just hit a button and you see if it would let you switch you or not. In private games, this is a problem because competitive matches or setting up scenarios and things, team switching not being an easy thing to do is a pain. It should be a standard feature, so that's kind of disappointing, unfortunately. I'm trying to look at the positives. It is cool that we are still getting stuff in this game where support has been ended early, which was a problem in itself, but at least there is still stuff, but really it should be better than we're currently experiencing, in my opinion. Where is this guy hiding? You in there? He is in there. He's dead. There's another one in there. There's one. Behind the flag, which was keeping him safe, but he's dead now, so that ended nicely for us. Okay, dude sending me messages all the time. Hi, lovely to meet you. So DICE are still apparently exploring the idea of a team balancer, which you can say these things, and we've just heard it too many times now, to be honest. I've just heard that too many times to really care one way or the other. We may get it, but we also... Can I... Oh, come on. But we also may not. I don't know. And 2 years is far too long to wait for a basic feature, which would be a massive improvement for the game. I don't know. Maybe they don't think it's worth it anymore at this point because there's low player numbers, possibly. But then, in which case, why would you release an update for this, for custom games as well? It's all very debatable. I must add that, of course, it's going to be difficult to do all these things with the pandemic and working from home and how the workload changes and the way that it's all managed and handled. So don't for a second think I don't, you know, keep that in mind, don't appreciate it. I'm sure it is pretty tough and it's cool to still be getting updates, but you know, these things were mentioned all prior to this, and as I said, it has been 2 years, so at some point it stops holding enough weight for it to matter as a consumer. You know, this is still a product that we paid for, and after, again, 2 years, we don't have basic functions, community games, which we didn't get for a long time anyway, doesn't have a lot of the functionality you would probably expect, no team balancer, etc. It's just a shame. It's disappointing, because this game could have been a lot better than it actually is. I helped. Pinged his head for you. Yeah, wouldn't it have been nice to end 2020 on like a really positive note for BF5? I mean, it's never going to be enough for some people because the game probably just disappointed them, but it would have been pretty cool to... Nice. It would have been pretty cool to end with a patch that gave us stuff that I could sit here and be like, this is great. This is at least a good end. Community games now look awesome. We got a team balancer. We got patches in place to make this a much better experience. How cool is that? But unfortunately, that's not what we've got. I've got an enemy running near me here somewhere. Nope, nothing. So I just, as is the case with BF5 in general, just hoped for more, but I had no real... Oh dear. Behind? Oh, my teammate's back there. I had no real reason to expect better, to be fair. So you may ask, well, why do you still care? Why are you still bothered? Why are you still covering it, etc.? Well, beyond the fact that I've built a channel on Battlefield, duh, like, obviously. One, there are still playing the game, as I'm evidencing. Two, I have said it is now on Steam, it is on EA Play. There may be more interest picking up in it, possibly, some. Or not, I don't know, but there are still people playing it, there are still people that care. It is still an update, so it's worth talking about. But probably the main point is, this isn't the end of Battlefield in general. You know, we've got at least one more coming. As long as the series doesn't die, there'll be more after that. And it's important to raise these points and issues, because if we just go with the mantra of, well, the game's over now, that game's dead, why do you care, why bother, why cover it? Hold on. It creates a problem with when the next one comes around. What if we've got the same story again and it then does die off or whatever, and then no one cares about what they do or don't implement and they just look to the next one? You've got to hold companies accountable and say what you want and what you hope for, so that next time it can hopefully be better. Praise companies when they do well and don't give them a pass when things don't work out as they should have done. And so yeah, I do praise that they've continued to provide stuff through the pandemic and things like that, but on the whole, there's no real arguing against that BF5 hasn't gone how many feel it should have done, how I feel it should have done. It's not delivered, hence the way it's been received by many, again, and the fact that content was cancelled really early. For those people that are out there that say, oh, BF5's great, what are you talking about? It's awesome, you're too harsh, you're always negative. I'm gonna die here. Good games and or successful games do not get content support cancelled a year early or whatever it is. That's just a fact. So there's no real argument to be had that it was wonderful and great and everything was all good, okay? It is very hard, by the way, to jump on this game cold after playing lots of other games for ages and try and play it whilst doing this common commentary. Also, I'm flopping my words a lot, but that's just the norm for me. Just had to check I was actually recording. That would have been pretty heartbreaking. What's also pretty clear, pretty evident at this stage, with this update in mind and just obvious fact in the way that things are, is that a lot of resources will be going into BF6, and I understand and support that, which is probably part of the reason, at least, why we aren't getting what we would completely like for BF5, and probably never will. It remains to be seen whether we get the basic functionality things that many think that we need. Not many think that we need, that we do need. We do need a decent balancer in Battlefield 5. Maybe not a balancer to make it completely even or skill-based or anything like that. Just a random rebalancer. Move around squads and individuals from one team to another at random to provide a varied experience so lobbies don't die and get steamrolled. Everything I covered earlier. That's fairly basic stuff. It's stuff we've seen before. It's stuff we should have in BF5. And if anyone say we do have it, or they think we have it, if we do have it, then clearly it doesn't work very well, and we just need better. We just straight up need... Oh my god, we just straight up need better. But obviously let me know what you would have liked to have seen in this update and in BF5 in general. Game's about to end. But yeah, your thoughts and feelings are appreciated as ever. I'm just bringing the news as I see it. Like I said, didn't think it was worth the script for this one, so just talking freely, openly, and honestly, and I hope you appreciate that. So yeah, I think the next video, I'm not sure, I think the next video will be, is Battlefield 1 worth it on next-gen consoles? Because I do have an Xbox Series X now, so I'll be covering that if it seems worthwhile. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Another message. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what videos are coming in the future because we're all up in the air with content at the minute, but I do now stream here on YouTube, so look out for those. Thank you to those who have been tuning in. It's been awesome. It's been very fun. All the links to my social media, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord, all of that in the description and my pinned comment. And yeah, with that all said, I am GetGoodGuy, and I will see you next time. Laters. Because as many will be aware, this gun has been a really good LMG option pretty much all the way through BF5's existence. Solid fire rate and bullets to kill, manageable recoil, which can be vastly improved by learning how much to pull down or even utilizing some form of burst firing